Do you remember the first time you ever fell in love, especially in love with movies and going to the cinema? Well, the thing about being in love is that you're going to have to see it through the bad times as well as the good times. And in recent times, movies have seen pretty bad days. For example, the offerings of the MCU and Disney, which seems to focus more on lecturing and messaging and money-making rather than telling good stories. Well, I think there's a film from India that can present a way back to better storytelling and finding a way back in love with movies again, and the movie being BRAHMASTRA. Ironically, this is a film that was distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures worldwide. The film received mixed reviews from critics and audiences. Some praised the film's visual effects, action, and performances, while others criticized the film's plot, length, and overuse of Hindu mythology. The film has a 49% rating on Rotten Tomatoes based on 35 reviews, with an average score of 5.3 out of 10. The site's critics' consensus reads, "Ambitious yet uneven. Brahmastra Part 1 Shiva offers definite pleasures for Bollywood fans, although the incessant spectacle may ultimately overwhelm many viewers." The film also has a 69% audience score based on 100 plus verified ratings, indicating that the film has a loyal fan base. The film's box office performance was also disappointing, as it only grossed $7.8 million in the US and failed to recover its huge budget of 375 to 400 crore. That being said, I do think that this film does have some great things about it that can help with writing your own stories. If you're unfamiliar with the film Brahmastra, let's take a look at a quick overview of the film. Brahmastra is a story about Shiva, a young musician who has the power of fire within him. He is an astra, a weapon of enormous energy, and he is connected to the Brahmastra, the strongest of all astras. He meets Isha, his love interest, and joins a group of sages called the Brahmanstra, who protect the Brahmastra from the dark forces led by Junun. Shiva also learns about his past and his father, who was also an astra. The film is based on Hindu mythology and legends and is the first part of a planned trilogy. The director of Brahmastra is Ayan Mukherjee, who is also the writer and co-producer of the film. He is known for his previous films, Wake Up Sid, 2009, and Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, 2013, both starring Ranbir Kapoor. He has been working on the Brahmastra trilogy since 2011 and has said that it is inspired by Hindu mythology and stories he heard in his childhood. The cast of Brahmastra includes many famous actors and actresses from India. Here are some of the main characters and their actors. Amitabh Bachchan as Guru, a powerful astra who guides Shiva. Ranbir Kapoor as Shiva, an orphan musician who discovers his pyrokinetic abilities and his destiny as an astra. Alia Bhatt as Isha, a journalist and Shiva's love interest who helps him on his quest. Nagarjuna Akkineni as Anish Shetty, a scientist and astra who works with Guru and Shiva. Muni Roy as Junun, the main antagonist and a dark astra who wants to obtain the Brahmastra. Shah Rukh Khan as Mohan Bhargav, a mysterious character who has a connection to Shiva's past. Dimple Kapadia as Savitri Devi, Isha's grandmother and a former astra who knows the secrets of the Brahmastra. While this is surely a star-studded cast, I think the true star of the film is the Indian landscape. Brahmastra was shot in multiple international locations, including London, New York, Edinburgh, and Bulgaria. In India, The film's shooting took place in Varanasi and Manali. These locations were chosen to capture the diverse and stunning landscapes of the world, as well as the mystical and mythical elements of the story. As much as the film has been criticized for its overuse of special effects, I think one thing that it does better than many of the recent MCU films is the filming in natural locations like Varanasi and Manali. If you've ever considered traveling to India, like many people around the world, especially here in Japan, dream of doing and have done, this film is just a beautiful picture postcard of the Indian landscape that is just simply breathtaking. The film shows us a festive India that begs us to be part of. It's really beautiful, and in the movie theater with the big sound, it is an experience that is worth doing again and again in the theater, and hopefully in real life. The natural locations of the film being as beautiful as they are, it is a backdrop for the heart of the film, which is the love story between Shiva and Isha, played by Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt respectively. In their story, they meet in London, where Isha works as a journalist and Shiva is a DJ. They are drawn to each other by their shared connection to the BRAHMASTRA, a powerful weapon that Shiva can awaken with his fire abilities. They embark on a journey across the world to find the BRAHMASTRA and prevent it from falling into the hands of Junun, the dark Astra, who wants to use it for evil. Along the way, they face many dangers and challenges, but also discover their true feelings for each other. The film depicts their epic love story that transcends time and space. The love story in the film isn't complicated by any means. It's as simple as it gets. But it is presented in a youthful energy that all of us will experience, hopefully, in our lives, especially when we're young, and we are just head over heels in love with someone from first sight and then on. It's fun, and with the music and the beautiful setting, it's what movies are good for. Beautiful, fantastic settings, an adventure that brings people together, and love that will conquer all. Having said that, I think we're at the point where I think Brahmastra does a lot better job of doing than any of the MCU films have done, where many of the MCU films overuse a technique called Bathos, where they present something very emotionally sad, actually, and then suddenly break into some kind of joke that does nothing than destroy the flow of the story and disrupt the emotions of the audience. It's more of a distraction than anything else. On the other hand, Brahmastra does something else that I think has a much better effect in the story that they tell. Rather than breaking any sad emotional scenes with a sudden joke, here they have scenes of play and fun, and then break it with something ominous and dangerous. It's really effective in the film. However, it does do it a bit too much and then makes things a bit too predictable. So, doing something like this, hopefully a sense of timing will be implemented to have the effects of such a technique in a story be fully realized. In a nutshell, the things that I believe Brahmastra is doing better than the MCU are: one, it uses CGI to present its mythological characters rather than the environments that they live in. 2, an uncomplicated love story with youthful energy and beautiful people. And 3, no use of Bathos, just well-timed moments of threats and danger during or after fun moments, touching moments, or awe-inspiring moments. Brahmastra may not be considered a cinematic masterpiece, as it tries hard to follow the Disney MCU formula, but it's done a better job than the MCU Disney have been doing for quite some time now. And I hope you do take some time to check out Brahmastra, hopefully in a movie theater, as it's a visual and audio spectacle. Thanks for visiting the Right Table, and I look forward to putting something new on YouTube for you and your enjoyment. Thanks again.